Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's me again, Ma'am Tere Buena, your guidance counselor. So today, I am going to discuss the Department of Education's policy guidelines on the implementation of homeroom guidance during crisis situation. So this video is actually requested by our dear teachers, so I hope that we will be able to understand better the content of the said memo. And by the way, I also have a complete and updated video discussion of our homeroom guidance from grade 7 to grade 12. So you may want to subscribe first to this channel and of course click the notification bell so that you will be updated of all the videos that I am going to upload. So are you now ready? So let's begin. Okay, so as I've said, we are going to talk about the policy guidelines on the implementation of the homeroom guidance during crisis situation. So this memo is coming from the Office of Undersecretary for Curriculum and Instruction from Sir Diosdado M. San Antonio as our Undersecretary, and of course dated June 22, 2020. So let's have this. The Office of Curriculum and Instruction, through the Bureau of Curriculum Development, issues these guidelines as basis for the implementation of the homeroom guidance during crisis situation for 2020-2021. So the current pandemic has clearly affected the teaching and learning process that usually takes place in school. Certainly, our lives cannot avoid its impact in terms of their domains and of development. So while the department has been responsive through its basic education learning continuity plan, it is crucial to cater to the life skills development of learners, which will empower them to overcome the different challenges and adapt to the new normal brought about by the current crisis. Though the plan was to have the complete implementation of the homeroom guidance in school year 2021-2022, accounting the needed preparations such as orientation, capacity building, learning materials development, and the like, the department deemed it necessary to offer the new program to learners from kindergarten to senior high school with selected competencies that are lifted directly from homeroom guidance curriculum. However, its full implementation, which includes the complete curriculum policy and learning materials, will be made available at the start of 2021-2022. So homeroom guidance is a comprehensive developmental and proactive program designed to equip K-12 learners with life skills on 3 domains. You have the academic development, personal and social development, and career development. Now, homeroom guidance shall complement the department's goal, which is to produce holistically developed Filipinos who are able to understand themselves, have problem-solving skills, make informed decisions, achieve academic success, plan for their future, and respect individual differences. Now, it envisions learners who can work for the common good of society and love for our country while upholding the rights and responsibilities of global citizens. This issuance sets the basic standards for an efficient and effective implementation of the homeroom guidance public and private schools nationwide. Now, the homeroom guidance observation form and program monitoring and evaluation tool are also enclosed for reference. As you can see, this memo has 31 pages. Now, on page 3, you can see there the rationale. The introduction and implementation of the K-12 basic education program necessitated changes and revisions on existing DepEd programs to align them with a new curriculum. Now, the K-12 curriculum puts emphasis on capacitating learners with skills in doing their tasks and enriching this as they progress up to grade 12. Now, the curriculum takes into account societal factors and the learner's developmental needs. They need to perform different tasks, confront personal and social issues, eventually decide for their curriculum exit. Now, a responsive and proactive program, in addition to the existing academic programs, must address these needs. Now, in 1998, Revitalized Homeroom Guidance, or RHG, for secondary learners was created to answer the learners' needs. However, certain considerations to make it more comprehensive, development, and proactive are deemed necessary. Now, contemplating on the above-mentioned concerns, the Department of Education launches the Homeroom Guidance, or HG. So the program is relevant as it promotes rational thinking, healthy behavior, and positive disposition. Issues like academic failures, school dropouts, bullying, unhealthy sexual behavior, teenage pregnancy, drug addiction, online and social media addiction, and confusion in and or poor career choice, and other challenges that beset our learners today were considered in developing the program. Now, these guidelines were formulated based on relevant current literature and in consultation with teachers, school heads, and guidance and counseling experts. This will provide clear and functional understanding about the important processes in the implementation and the proper monitoring and evaluation of the program, which is an important component for its sustainability and continual improvement. Based on the relevant literature and the practice in their countries, homeroom guidance is equivalent to guidance class, which is just a part of the information services of the guidance and counseling office. That's according to Villar 2007 and Mendoza 2003. Aquino and Razon 1993 defined homeroom guidance as an organized segment of the school's guidance services, which is given to a homeroom group, usually a section or a class, with a teacher advisor as a facilitator. Again, a teacher advisor as the facilitator. Hence, the term guidance class curriculum or guidance class is the most common nomenclature. Now, homeroom guidance is a responsive program that equips learners with competencies to address issues not included in the formal learning areas but is very essential to their development. Learners who go through homeroom guidance have been found to have significantly decreased inappropriate behaviors and demonstrated positive attitudes towards school as compared to those learners who were not part of the school counseling program. That's according to Baker and Geller of 2001. Now, the study of Brigman and Campbell of 2003 also showed that elementary and middle school learners who were part of the school counseling curriculum and group interventions that emphasize cognitive, social, and self-management skills have consistently exhibited good performance in mathematics and reading. Furthermore, the study of Schlossberg et al. Of 2001 supported the effectiveness of homeroom guidance. They showed that there is a significant improvement in terms of learner behavior, attitude, and knowledge in the areas of goal setting, problem solving, career exploration, and school resources. Further, the study of Carey and Dimmitt of 2012 found that students' success in school academically and behaviorally can be attributed to the students' access to school counselor and comprehensive guidance programs, and this is particularly true for students in high poverty schools. Now, based on the consultations conducted with the regional representatives and guidance and counseling experts, there is a great need for a program that advocates the development of skills along academic, personal, and social and career aspects. At present, homeroom guidance period is part of the class program. However, there is a need to update and improve the implementation guidelines. Some schools reported that homeroom period is being used for classroom cleaning, extension of breaks, collection of reply slips, and the like. Clearly, the current practices do not aid the realization of the program objectives. More so, the consultation with different stakeholders reiterated the significance of collaboration among home, school, and community to ensure the holistic development of learners. It has been raised that there should be a systematic and consistent monitoring and evaluation of the program to achieve its proper implementation. Now, to obtain the vision of the homeroom guidance, this policy serves to guide the schools in letter A, implementing the program properly to support the learner's development, B, providing systematic process in the overall conduct of the homeroom guidance, C, organizing resources needed in the program such as budget, manpower, facilities, learning materials, and other logistical needs, and letter D, articulating the scope and limits of the program, including its monitoring and evaluation. And also, we have here part 2 is the definition of terms. Now, these guidelines, we use the following terms and their corresponding definition as spelled out below. Again, so when we say homeroom guidance, it is a comprehensive, developmental, and proactive program designed to equip K-12 learners with life skills on three domains: academic development, personal and social development, and career development. Okay, and we also have here number 2, when we say academic development domain, it pertains to all academic related needs or concerns of learners. So this serves as a guide to implement strategies and activities to support and maximize each learner's ability to learn, which include but not limited to creative and critical thinking, communication skills, and problem solving skills. And we also have here the definition of personal and social development domain. This pertains to concerns or issues affecting learners' individuality or self, relationship with others, and their interaction in community. It equips the learners with the foundation for personal and social growth as they progress through school and into adulthood. Now, this includes but not limited to intrapersonal, and interpersonal skills, self-awareness, coping with emotions and stress, and resilience. And we also have the definition of career development domain. Now, this pertains to all occupational and world of work related concerns and issues of learners. Now, this involves the acquisition of skills, attitudes, and knowledge that enable them to make successful transition from school to the world of work and from job to job across the lifespan. Now, this includes, but not limited to, learners' discovery of their interests, talents, and skills, decision making, problem solving, planning, and in exploring their career options and opportunities. And when we say portfolio, this is a collection of learners' works showing his or her progress in terms of the three domains. This may include journals, reflection papers, reaction papers, and the like. And also we have here performance tasks, and this includes skills demonstration, group presentation, oral work, multimedia presentation, or activities that show mastery of competencies and standards. And we also have class advisors, which refers to the teacher facilitator in charge of a class. Now, let's proceed to the part 3, which is about the homeroom guidance, philosophy, vision, and mission. Now, the homeroom guidance, philosophy, vision, and mission were rooted on the Department of Education's vision, mission, and core values. So, for the philosophy, homeroom guidance believes that every learner is unique and has the ability to develop him or herself using his or her own learning and experiences from family, community, school, and society. Now, this shall be realized through the collaborative efforts of family, school, community, government, and other institutions. And for the vision, homeroom guidance shall complement the department's goal, which is to produce holistically developed Filipinos who are able to achieve the academic success, demonstrate healthy behavior, exemplify positive disposition, and systematically plan their future. It shall produce learners who can work for the common good of society while upholding the international standards. And for the mission, Homeroom Guidance is dedicated to address the academic, personal, social, and career development needs of the learners in a developmental, comprehensive, and proactive manner. Now, this shall be realized through the collaborative efforts of family, school, community, government, and other institutions. And also, we have here our Homeroom Guidance framework. The homeroom guidance is guided by the American School Counseling Association, or the ASCA model, which is comprised of the three domains such as the academic development, personal and social development, and career development. The standards and competencies of each year are anchored on certain theories, since each domain has its own peculiarities in consideration to the needs of Filipino learners and society. The academic development is guided by Jerome Bruner's scaffolding theory that espouses that children will become independent learners as they mature if they are given the support and active help from their parents and teachers at the onset of their learning. The said theory states that the scaffold, reminiscent of a building scaffolding of the growing child in their learning process, is the knowledgeable person within their proximity. That is, of course, their parents at home and teachers in school. or rely to more knowledgeable people than them. Gradually, parental and teacher support can be removed as the learners develop independence in thinking and knowledge and skills acquisition. Some concepts from the learner-centered theory of Jean-Jacques Rousseau were derived for the academic development domain. Now, the theory stipulates that learners' cultural capital of life experiences should be tapped in designing the learning process. In this way, a participative classroom interaction will be in place. Learners are not viewed as tabula rasa, and they are assumed to possess cultural kit or accumulated experiences which serve as a significant factor in the learning process. If learners' experiences are ignored, thinking will be limited and meaning making of lessons will be hardly attained. We also have the cognitive learning theory of John Piaget has its share in this domain. It believes that the cognitive development is a continuous process as the biological maturation and environmental influence take place. Learners gain knowledge and go through the differences between what they learned and what the existing realities are. Furthermore, it claims that learning and new knowledge can be stored if there are effective cognitive processes while learners encounter learning difficulties with ineffective cognitive processes. The theory tries to illustrate the processes and mechanisms how reasoning skills and thinking using hypotheses developed by an infant as he or she becomes an adult later on. Piaget included the concept of schema, which refers to a cohesive, repeatable action sequence processing component actions that are tightly interconnected and governed by a core meaning. It is set of linked mental representations of the world which people use to make meaning and act on the different situations. During the development of mental processes, schema or schemata increase in number, including its complexities. Another concept in this theory that HG embrace is the adaptation process that includes assimilation or accommodation and equilibration. Assimilation occurs when a person uses his or her schema to understand the new situation or things, while accommodation happens when the previous knowledge is irrelevant and needs to be changed and understand the new situation or things. Moreover, equilibration directs the learner to attain equilibrium, which happens when learner assimilates or accommodates new information. The personal and social development domain in homeroom guidance got inspiration from the theory of Erik Erikson's psychosocial development. Its descriptive overview of social and emotional development was taken as one of the considerations in crafting the standards and competencies. Now, his view on mastering the attitudes, ideas, and skills at each stage of development to help learners to be successful and contributing members of society is highly evident in the program. The career development domain is influenced by the career development theories of John Crumboltz, Donald Super, and Illy Ginsberg. Crumbolt's theory of career development claims that genetic endowment that includes sex, race, developmental disabilities, innate talents affect the career choice of a person. Furthermore, the environment, life events, and the learning experiences also shape one's career decisions. Now, people changing roles and priorities create great impact to their career direction. Super's developmental theory of career choice is also a great influence in this domain. Now, as a person's career advances, it undergoes five life stages that includes growth, exploration, establishment, maintenance, and decline. His concept of establishing a self-concept as a person grows plays an important role in identifying occupation. The concept of the vocational maturity, which may be attributed to person's age, undergoes a cycle as manifested in his or her transitions. The concept of career development as a lifelong process, including its early development of Ginsberg, is clearly reflected in the career development domain of the program. Now, HG or Homeroom Guidance advocates the early inclusion of career concepts in the lives of learners and guide them as they discover the path that they want to take. And we also have here homeroom guidance domains. Now, homeroom guidance is a developmental and proactive program that has standards and competencies that cut across all grade levels. The competency indicators are arranged from simple to complex and focuses on the development of higher order thinking, such as analyzing and evaluating concepts, processes, procedures, and principles rather than just remembering. And these are the three homeroom guidance domains. We have the academic development domain, personal and social development domain, and also the career development domain that pertains to all occupational and world of work related concerns and issues of learners. This involves the acquisition of skills, attitudes, and knowledge that enable them to make successful transitions from school to the world of work and from job to job across the lifespan. Now, what are the roles of school, home, and community and other institutions? Now, school ensures the proper implementation of homeroom guidance that leads to the development of the learner's life skills in the three domains. It convenes both home and community for the realization of the homeroom guidance vision. And home plays a vital role in the learner's life skills development through its consistent support, involvement, and collaboration with the school and community. It provides guided opportunities that complement the school activities of learners in homeroom guidance. And we also have the role of community and other institutions. They reinforce the development of learners' life skills through its engagement in the school programs and activities. It also serves as a support system of the school as they craft policies, programs, and projects that are relevant to the vision, mission, and philosophy of homeroom guidance. Now, for the homeroom guidance most essential learning competencies, homeroom guidance curriculum is essential to ensure access to quality guidance and counseling services for all types of learners. Hence, different learning modalities will be made available in the implementation of the homeroom guidance program. 75% of the HTMLs are from the personal social development domain. These competencies pertain to concerns or issues affecting learners' individuality or self, relationship with others, and their interaction in community. It equips the learners with foundation for personal and social growth as they progress through the school and into adulthood. This includes but not limited to intrapersonal and interpersonal skills, self-awareness, coping with emotions, stress, and resilience. The remaining HG are composed of 25% for the academic domain and 5% from the career development domain. Now, since this is not a formal learning area, homeroom guidance should not be part of the computation of grades by the end of each quarter. For school year 2020-2021, it shall serve as enrichment activity that can be performed at home and in school or through other platforms with the help of guidance counselors, teachers, and parents. In the process of choosing the mix, the following criteria were also considered: the applicability to real life situations, letter B, the needs of the learners, and letter C, complements learning competencies developed in other academic subjects. Now, for the procedure, the implementation of the homeroom guidance program shall be governed and guided by the following principles and policies. Number one, nomenclature. Homeroom guidance shall be reflected in the class program of every school in the school forms as homeroom guidance. Again, homeroom guidance shall be reflected in the class program of every school in the school forms as homeroom guidance. Number two, medium of instruction. The learning materials are written in English, but the regions may opt to use their mother tongue or any language convenient to the learners to ensure participation and interaction during the session and better understanding of the concepts. Now, this is also including the output that they are going to submit for this school year. And also we have number three, time allotment. Time allotment for homeroom guidance is 1 hour per week from grade 1 to grade 12, while kindergarten, it will be included in their blocks of time. And also we have number four for the class program. The homeroom guidance shall be scheduled once a week. So we need to consider and adjust depending on the learning modality of the learner, as long as it complies to the time allotment of 1 hour per week or 60 minutes per week. And number 5, class advisors should be assigned to implement the program with the technical assistance of the guidance counselor. If the school does not have a guidance counselor, the school head may assign a guidance designate, but he or she should be provided with proper training specific to the implementation of homeroom guidance. And number 6, collaboration with the family and community is also encouraged in order to create a venue for the learners in developing such life skills. And we also have number 7, teaching load. Teaching homeroom guidance shall be equivalent to one teaching load on top of the teacher's advisory and subjects load. And also we have number 8, homeroom guidance shall not be viewed as a formal learning area like edukasyon sa pagpapakatao or ESP and the like. It shall be treated a program that will help learners develop the competencies needed in the 3 domains. Hence, its delivery in class is quite informal but still follows the structured learning experience flow. And of course, we have number 9, orientation and capacity building. Now, the Central Office through the Bureau of Curriculum Development shall conduct orientation and capacity building to region and division supervisors in charge of guidance and counseling. Regions, school divisions, and schools shall conduct trainings for the program implementers to capacitate and prepare them for the implementation of homeroom guidance MELCs. So we are done already with orientation of region and division supervisors in charge of guidance and counseling. This happened last July 8, 2020. And also capacity building for guidance designate and in charge of guidance and counseling as July 16 to 17, 2020. And of course, the division orientation or capacity building of school heads and guidance counselor last August 3 to 7, 2020. And we also have number 10, the homeroom guidance most essential learning competencies and learning materials will be issued by the Department of Education. And number 11, homeroom guidance assessment results must be distributed by the Department of Education. And number 11, homeroom guidance assessment results must be distributed and discussed by the class advisor during the parent-teacher conference. This shall issued as an attachment to the learners. This shall be issued as an attachment to the learner's report card. So the assessment result shall be issued as an attachment to the learner's report card. And also we have number 12, the DepEd school shall include all expenses relative to homeroom guidance in their annual school improvement plan. And number 13, non-implementation or improper implementation of homeroom guidance shall be subject to existing applicable administrative sanction or actions. Now, these are the roles and responsibilities of DepEd offices. For the school, school head supervises and monitors the implementation of homeroom guidance and ensures that proper intervention for each learner will be provided. Number 2, guidance counselor or guidance designate serves as the program manager and ensures the correct content and pedagogy of homeroom guidance in school. The guidance counselor or guidance designate must conduct the orientation on homeroom guidance at the beginning of the school year and hold quarterly meetings with section advisors before the implementation of the modules. As the need arises, the guidance counselor or guidance designate must be able to provide other guidance services or intervention without violating the provisions stipulated in the RA 9258 or the Guidance and Counseling Act of 2004. And we also have number 3, class advisor serves as homeroom guidance implementer inside the classroom. The class advisor refers the learner to the guidance counselor only if counseling intervention or other guidance services are needed. More so, the class advisor collaborates with co-teachers and parents in developing the competencies of the learners at home. Together with the guidance counselor, advocate, and parents, the class advisor shall identify and implement possible interventions for the progress of the learner. And for the school's division office, Curriculum Implementation Division or CID, through the ESP supervisor in coordination with School Governance and Operations Division or SGOD through its designated guidance and counseling focal person serves as the division program manager of the homeroom guidance and coordinates with the guidance counselor guidance designate of schools. They ensure localizations and indigenization of content and pedagogy and are expected to monitor the conduct of homeroom guidance. And the regional office, the Curriculum and Learning Management Division CLMD, ESP Supervisor in coordination with Education Support Services Division or ESSD, through its designated guidance and counseling focal person, serves as the program manager in the region. He or she coordinates with the school's division program manager to ensure that the conduct of homeroom guidance is in accordance with the policy. They are expected to submit an annual report on the conduct of the homeroom guidance. And Central Office, the Bureau of Curriculum Development, BCD, serves as the program manager in the Central Office. The focal person ensures the correct curriculum articulation and consolidates annual report on the conduct of homeroom guidance. The Bureau of Learning Delivery, or BLD, ensures the appropriate pedagogical approaches are employed on how to deliver the curriculum content. Number three, the Bureau of Learning Resources ensures the availability of learning resources to the field units. And also for the section 6, the assessment of learners' development and monitoring of the program. Though the intent of issue is to help learners develop competencies that will aid them in facing different issues and tasks, it is important to still track their level of development. Homeroom guidance implementers must always keep in mind that the program shall capacitate learners towards success. Hence, compared to the formal learning areas that are being measured, following the DO number 8 series of 2015, homeroom guidance shall utilize learners development assessment tool which is attached, which is in Annex 3, guided by the verbal descriptions below. Needs improvement, NI, the learner has not acquired a target competency. Developing, D, the learner acquired some of the target competency. Sufficiently developed, or SD, the learner acquired the target competency. And developed and commendable, the learner acquired the target competency and showed commendable in real life situations. So the learner's development shall be assessed through their portfolio and performance tasks. Conduct of homeroom guidance is mandatory, but this is not part of the academic rating. Grades are just descriptive, like the needs improvement description shall not be treated as failed, but shall indicate the needs for intervention from school and home. In the event that the learner remains at the need improvement at the end of each quarter, the advisor, guidance counselor, and parents need to work together to provide intervention. Disciplinary cases of learners must not affect their HG grades. Now, for the monitoring and evaluation, success and sustainability of the program will only be ensured if there is a systematic and adequate monitoring and evaluation. Now, monitoring and evaluation shall be done from September 2020 to April 2021 as scheduled by the department. Reports on the results of the monitoring and evaluation shall be submitted at the end of school year 2020-2021. The following are the offices and units which will implement monitor and or all will be affected by the policy. School level, the school head leads the monitoring in coordination with the guidance counselor or guidance designate or guidance advocate. School head ensures evaluation of the program with the help of the guidance counselor using the homeroom guidance observation tool or the Annex 1. School division level, this edukasyon sa pagpapakatao or ESP coordinator under the Curriculum Implementation Division in coordination with the guidance counselor designated in the division office leads the monitoring using the homeroom guidance monitoring tool in the division level. They shall submit the monitoring result to their respective regional ESP supervisors and designated guidance and counseling focal person quarterly. And also the regional level ESP supervisor under the CLMD in coordination with the ESSD focal person for guidance and counseling leads the monitoring in the regional level, focusing on the entire implementation of the homeroom guidance. They shall submit the annual regional report of the implementation of HG to the Bureau of Curriculum Development every second week of April starting 2021. Now, for the national level, the Bureau of Curriculum Development leads the overall monitoring and evaluation of homeroom guidance. The Bureau representative shall consolidate the annual regional report on the implementation of HG and coordinate the results to other Bureau of Central Office which may serve as a reference for future enhancements of the program and related policies. So effectivity, this policy shall take effect in school year 2020-2021 and succeeding years immediately upon publication in the DepEd websites. And of course, section A, we have the references. So as you can see, on page 16, we have here the homeroom guidance monitoring tool for school level. Okay, so again, the one who will do this is the school head. Okay, so all teachers will be given this. So you will write there the name of advisor, the rating, the overall rating, the date and time, and grade section handled. This will be evaluated by the school head. And of course, for the homeroom guidance monitoring evaluation tools is SDO level. Here it is. So this is the homeroom guidance learners development assessment for school year 2020-2021 for kindergarten. So as you can see, there's an instruction there. The class advisor, check the box to indicate your assessment guided by the scale below. So for the first quarter, at the end of the quarter, the students can now value oneself, value others. So ayan, so we're just going to check if 0, no chance to observe, 1 is improvement, 2, developing, 3, sufficiently developed, or 4, developed and commendable. And also same thing for grade 1 to 3, for the primary level, we also have our own tool, monitoring tool, or assessment tool, and of course for intermediate level. And of course for grade 7 to 10, junior high school, we also have our own learners development assessment tool for homeroom guidance. Okay, and also for grade 11 and 12 or senior high school, you also have your own homeroom guidance learners development assessment. Okay, so that is attached to the memo. Okay, so we are done. By the way, we are not going to indicate the verbal descriptions, the overall verbal description in their report card. Okay, so we will just attach the tool, this one, the assessment tool for each grade. So for example, for junior high school, okay, each learner must have this form. This should be attached at the back of their form 137 or the SF10 of each learner or student. Okay, so we will print this. Okay, this will be part of our school forms already, so we have to print this and put this at the back of the SF10 of each learner. So we're just going to attach it. It should be in a separate form. Okay, I hope that everything is clear and we were already enlightened about the policy guidelines of our homeroom guidance. So again, this is Monterrey Buena saying bye for now and see you on our next video.